I'm delighted to be joined by the fabulous Travis Jeffery. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be here.
Welcome to Scotland.
Thank you. Thank you.
So congratulations with Dusty being part of the FP Shorts Film Awards.
Thank you.
The film is outstanding.
Thank you very much. We're so honoured and stoked to be here amongst so many incredible filmmakers. So it's just a real privilege, and I'm so glad I got to be here. Yeah.
No, but thanks so much for coming along. And I was going to say, in terms of the actual making of the film, what was the process like? How long did it take? I mean, you wrote it, didn't you?
I did, yes. So I think from start to finish, we've still got a festival run going for another year or so, but I think it took about 2 years from start to finish. So it came out of, it's a very personal story, but I don't think I really worked that out until later. It came out of, the director is one of my best friends, Jeremy and Lindsay Taylor, and he was like, hey, you want to write something for you and your partner Shannon, who plays Ashleigh in the film. Write something for you guys to do together, and I'll direct it. And then just a joke popped into my head one day about like, oh, how funny would it be if you snorted your friend's ashes and they came back, as it does. I was like, actually, there might be legs to that film. So I started to write this film and then slowly started to realize that it was, about my grief, and I'd lost a friend to cancer about 8 years before. One of my best friends, a girl I dated for a long time.
I'm so sorry about that.
Thank you. Yeah. So it's, but it was interesting to sort of have an idea and then work out later where the idea came from, and it started to grow, and sort of as Dusty does in the film, it spiraled, but in a good way. This one, not a bad way, like the other way. So it's it came out of wanting to collaborate, and then sort of turned into something we never imagined in the best possible way. So we're very proud of where it ended up and where it's ended up, and yeah.
No, it's absolutely brilliant. And the fact is, at the very start, I was laughing my head off. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. And then by the end, I was just inconsolable. I was a mess. Was that deliberate? Did you decide that that's how the film was going to flow? Or did you think, I'm going to write a comedy, or I'm going to write something about grief? Or it's the mixture of it all is really interesting.
It's that again was a process. I think I wrote like 17 drafts. It started at 35 pages and 4 characters, and we slowly consolidated it. And I think to begin with, it probably started out more as a drama, and then it was all the human sort of moments in it, the comedy. And then I sort of realized that I needed to make a film about how I dealt with grief. And, I think it's a very Australian thing. It's a very human thing of deflection and making jokes and, she'll be right, everything's okay, until it's not. So I wanted to make a film that was a comedy until it couldn't be a comedy anymore, because that's how I dealt with the grief. It was fun, it was partying, and I was having a great time. And then I was like, oh, actually, no, I'm sort of killing myself a little bit. So it's that was very important. Jeremy and I, he won't mind me saying this, we're both very sentimental people.
So, me too.
Yes. So we had to pull each other up a lot on set, and in the writing process, we're like, it can't be sentimental. It has to be funny for as long as it can be. Which, I think we're very happy with where it landed. And the turn in the film was always the trickiest bit, because it's about 3 years of grief squished into, a 16-minute film, 3 days on a film. So, yeah, there was a journey, I guess, as sort of grief is. So it was amazing what I learnt writing this film and doing this tonight. Yeah.
Have you written anything before?
I'd played around with a couple of features. It was very naive. I was like, yeah, I'll just write a feature film. It'd be great. But, they're all terrible. But it's the first thing I've fully done from start to finish. So it's the first narrative thing that we've completed. So another great byproduct of making this film was what I learnt about acting from writing. I started to write and I was like, oh, I understand now that what pathos is, and that this one word in the beginning of the film pays off on page 85. So I think as actors sometimes, especially, I was guilty of this when I first graduated drama school. It's like, how do I show every emotion in every scene? How do I tell the entire story in every scene? But you don't need to, it's a stepping stone, and it's all just little pieces. So exploring the writing side of things made me look at performance in a different way. And I think it's made me a better actor, and it's made me a better actor as well in fitting in on set, you know, producing Dusty, writing Dusty, having a part of building it all. I now know exactly what the producers do and what the production design is doing, and how I can be an actor that's the most helpful, you know, being where I need to be on time so I don't ruin the entire day and all that sort of stuff. So it's making, you know, I can't recommend highly enough for actors to have a taste of all the other elements and try having a play around with stuff, because what you learn is so valuable. Whether I make something ever again or not, you know, what I've learned it's so valuable.
No, well, it's absolutely mind-blowing. I absolutely loved it. And I'm glad you're continuing on your journey, and you're in Scotland. And I just want to wish you all the best, and fingers crossed with the awards tonight. How are you feeling? Excited?
Good. I'm just really stoked to be here. Yeah, really excited. So it's, yes. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for talking to me, and all the very best.
Thank you.